Hello, Katie.
Hi, Colin.
Welcome to another edition of The Macam and the Mank.
Yeah.
So this is episode 9, and just to remind anybody who's new to the podcast that the premise of the show is that Katie is never watched Space 1999 before, and she's completely new to it, whereas I've watched it a million times. And so the fun part of the podcast is to talk through the episode and Katie's reaction to seeing lots of things weird for the first time.
Yeah.
So our next episode is called The Force of Life, and it is a colossal guest star episode.
Colossal guest star.
You like your colossal guest star episodes,
yes.
don't you?
Last one was Peter Cushing.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yes. That was good. And also, you asked me a question before the last one. And
I did.
I actually have notes. So excellent. I don't want you to faint out of complete shock that I've done some research. But actually, I discussed this with some people on one of the Facebook groups, and it was a simple question with a very complicated answer.
Well, I'm very impressed that you've done so much research.
So to shock you, like we're nearly halfway through this season, and I've finally done some research and done some notes. So
yeah.
So for those people who just want to hear Katie's reaction to the Solarium scene, then just fast forward 3 or 4 minutes. And to people who would like to have a potted history of yes, and for people who would like to have a potted history of ITV, then just stay tuned. So you asked me in the last episode, or maybe the one before it, about what time of day that this episode went out at.
Yes.
And the answer isn't simple, unfortunately.
I see.
So I need to just backtrack slightly just for the people who either aren't an old person like me or who aren't from the United Kingdom. So in the start of telly in the United Kingdom, there was BBC. There was one channel for BBC, and then there was 2 channels. But what they realised was that wasn't very fair, because it's not very fun, is it? Just having one person running the whole thing. You know, you need a bit of variety. So the government allows people to bid for franchises to have their own TV channel.
Okay.
So in the mid-50s, they gave 6 franchises out under the banner of ITV for 6 regions of the country to run their own TV stations.
I see.
And the difference between ITV and BBC was that ITV was commercial, so they had advertising, and that sort of thing, whereas BBC is paid for by the license fee pay. So that was a big difference. So eventually, every area in the country, including Northern Ireland, got their own ITV.
So you get like Cumbria and Humber and that sort of thing.
No, this is part of the fun, you see.
Oh.
So there was eventually 14 franchises for the full-blown ITV.
Okay.
But they all have weird names like Grampian and Central and HTV, and it wasn't always obvious what they actually were. Where's Grampian? Tell me now where Grampian is.
Oh, Midlands.
No, top of Scotland.
Right. I was completely wrong.
Yeah, and my area was Granada. So if you came to this country for the first time and you said if they'd have said Manchester or the Northwest, you'd know exactly where it covered. But if they said Granada, well, Granada's a place in Spain, isn't it? Yeah, so it was all very weird and confusing. But it meant that apart from a couple of core shows like Coronation Street and Emmerdale Farm, and for some news programmes, they could do what they like. So it's pretty similar to how the networks work in America, whereas they just they put their own programming on and off they go. So that was quite interesting. So what happened with Space 1999 is all the franchises paid to show it, and so they could negotiate their own contracts and
so
whatever.
Granada and Grampian had to bid to watch it.
So whereas now, when you watch something and something comes out now, it's going to come out on a Friday at 9:00.
Right.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what part of the country you live in. You're going to watch Ant and Dec on a Saturday night. Well, you're not now because they've just finished it, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Everybody in ITV world
7:30
will see it at the same time. That never happened until fairly recently, which I was quite surprised about. So, sorry, I'm not boring anybody here, am I?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, right. So what happened with this was that to answer your question, so I took Breakaway because I'm not going to do it for every episode because we will literally have one listener by now if I did every episode. But for Breakaway, so roughly half the ITV areas showed Breakaway on a Thursday night at 7:00, which is the first episode. Half of them showed it on a Thursday night in September 1975.
Right.
Okay.
On a Thursday.
On a Thursday. Okay. A couple of them showed it on a Saturday at 5:50.
Wow, so very much tea time.
But the same week. Okay.
Okay.
And then a few weeks later, Granada, my home network, if you like, showed it 3 weeks later on a Friday at 6:35.
3 weeks later?
Yes. And this is the episode 1. And everybody had the same episode 1 because I know they like to mess about with the orders. But
so if you'd gone on holiday to Manchester, you could watch it again.
You'd be like telling everybody, right? Then, whatever HTV is, they showed it a month later on a Friday at 6:35.
This is... So by then, the original one might have shown episode 2?
Yes, exactly. Oh, more than that.
Yeah.
And then the outlier is Southern, who showed it nearly a year later.
A whole year?
Yeah, in August 1976, on a Saturday morning, 11:20.
A Saturday? No, it's not a Saturday morning show.
So I'd imagine this is part of the problem about why this TV show had issues like getting a groundswell of people watching it because. That's insane now.
Yeah, because you think, let's say the Saturday tea time, when I was young, all those many years ago, you would think, right, Saturday tea time, I've got You Bet, and I've got Gladiators, and I've got Blind Date, and all of these things were on at the same time every week, and you knew that's what was on the telly on a Saturday tea time. And you watched the same thing every week, no matter how crap they were.
Yeah.
Because they were on at that time.
Yeah. Now you think, okay, fair enough. So if Granada showed it at 6:30 on a whenever's, then it would be the same. No. So not only did the regions mess about with the order of the episodes, which is something we've already discussed, they also just please and choose what they did. So they would halfway through a season then change it to another day, another time. Some of the regions never bothered showing them all. Some of the regions decided they would sort of restart doing them again at a certain point. And all these sort of really sort of crazy things.
So what is the sense, do you think, in them not showing every episode?
I don't know, but apparently there was one of the regions never showed the entirety of season 2 at all. And the only time on British telly when this has had a full run of all 48 episodes was on the BBC 2 network in the late 90s. That was the first time all 48 had been shown.
Like in succession properly.
Yeah.
And that's from the 70s. The first time was in the 1990s.
Yes. So if you were a kid and you had the Space 1999 lunchbox and T-shirt and, Koenig's radio box or whatever, you pretend you stung good. It was really hard work to follow this TV program, wasn't it?
Who are people who were fans of it?
And the only thing I can think of is obviously thinking like Game of Thrones. Could you imagine when they did a new season of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
And it was different depending on where you lived in the country,
Oh my God.
You'd have some granny in Scotland who'd already seen it or something.
Well, what you would have had for Game of Thrones was a mass migration to wherever it was shown first.
So that was what should have been a dead easy question to answer. It was actually a really complicated answer. Now, the only comment I've got on top of that is that the Southern Network people, or the people who watch the Southern Network coverage, if they saw these things on a Saturday morning, because some of these episodes are very horror-based, and you haven't seen the 2 really good horror ones of this season.
Okay.
That must have really fucked with minds. That must have.
Well, Saturday morning TV's for the best, isn't it?
And I suppose this is like meant to be a kids show or to appeal to kids, but there's a couple that will come later on, and you will just go, nah, sorry,
right?
No, that should not be kids like Saturday morning
eyeballs.
TV.
No eyeballs. We can't be doing with eyeballs.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not going to.
Oh,
no spoilers.
I don't like the sound of that.
No spoilers. So I appreciate people's patience, but I just thought it was relevant. Also for people who aren't based in the UK, or for people who are sort of, younger. I'll say younger. Most people are younger.
Yeah, from the There was a time when you couldn't switch on 700 channels
Yes.
and flick through them all.
Now it's Netflix and you just press play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas when this came
Oh
out, you
god,
had
yeah.
to...
There's not even channels anymore, is there?
No.
It's just
No. So,
you
so
just
that,
pick your
that
show.
explains a lot. So we're 10 minutes in and we
Are
haven't
we
done anything
really?
yet.
Okay.
So colossal guest star episode,
Colossal guest star.
Force of Life.
Force of Life.
Yeah, and there's no spoilers in this because I think he's right in the first scene. So,
Okay.
Or just about in the first scene.
So we know it's a he.
Yeah. Okay, right. Let's run tape, roll
Let's
VT.
Go. Woohoo.
If I can get it working. So this is our first special effect.
Yeah. Blue light.
What's it
light.
doing?
It is flying towards the moon.
That's good. Handy that we're on the moon, isn't
I
it?
know. Oh, it's
Very pretty,
I
isn't
was
it?
just going to say exactly that. It's very pretty.
Uh-huh. We like blue. We had that blue planet in... Was it Missing Link had a nice blue planet, didn't it?
It sort of pulsed a bit. Oh, there we go.
So we've got Koenig and Victor.
Wilcox and Cocotte.
Don't start. Do not start. I'm going to do a snap quiz one of these episodes and get you to see if you remember anything about any of these episodes. Oh, so that he's asking main mission what the blue light is.
They're in sort of a mezzanine above.
They're on the
mission,
mezzanine
aren't
again.
they?
Yes,
Yeah.
I love the mezzanine.
Ooh. Oh,
It's a very posh alarm, isn't
this
it?
is your alarm call.
Mhm. Oh, look at all that 70s stuff. So we're looking at 70s alarm clocks and
Oh, there's
cups and
two
stuff
in
like
a
that.
bed there.
Uh-huh. So we've got our first married couple of this, haven't we?
Right.
Yes. So they've got the pyjamas, haven't they?
They're blue pajamas.
Mm-hmm. Do you recognise him?
Not yet.
Oh, don't tell me you don't know who it is.
Well, just let me see.
Mm-hmm. 4:30? Is that moon time?
Must be. Hey, you never wake me up like that.
I'd get a slap if I tried to wake you up at 4:30. So we've got like a set with a sort of spinny radar dish thing, and it's tracking the blue light.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like, like the light on your boiler, like a gas light.
Oh, yeah, it does, yeah.
So we're back in main mission, aren't we?
Is that computer Colin?
Yeah, and he doesn't know what it is either. Which doesn't surprise me because the computer's been absolutely fucking useless so far, hasn't it?
And that's Mustache Paul.
Mustache Paul, yes. So we now get to see the nuclear generation areas.
Nuclear generation.
Yes.
You'll enjoy that.
Oh, look at this set. This set is amazing, and it's orange.
I was going to say bright orange floor.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an 11 or a 2?
I think it's a 2.
Right.
I don't think they've got 11 of these nuclear things, have they?
It doesn't look like it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's he?
What? So you don't know who it is? You don't know who the colossal guest star is?
Let me see again.
Well, we'll give you until the montage, just in case.
There's a montage.
Well, the opening credits, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. So
it's not the 80s.
So the nuclear power station thingy-majig is a great set. Everybody likes a nuclear power station, don't they?
There's Helena.
Oh, hi, Helena. I mean, why do they need the doctor for a blue light? They need a science boffin, don't they? Oh.
Oh, they've all sort of stopped mid-stride.
Who's moving? Somebody sneeze. Achoo!
It's like a game of musical statues. They all just stopped.
Oh, I see the gooseneck lights are back.
Indeed.
So our mystery guest star is in his nuclear bunker thingy-majig, and he's got his clipboard and pen.
I don't know who it is.
You don't know who it is?
No.
Well, we'll see. So he's not static. He's not playing musical statues.
It's everybody in main mission.
He wasn't invited to the party.
Yeah.
We're going to do the cha-cha slide next, and the
Do
Macarena.
you think he still gets one of those whistles that unfolds as you blow?
Mm-hmm. Who knows?
Oh, he's bathed in sort of iridescent blue light.
Yeah. So the scary blue light's coming towards him now, isn't it?
And I'm doing a funny thing with my hand that nobody can see.
So's Anton.
Anti-radiation doors.
Well, that's what you'd want in a nuclear power plant,
It
wouldn't
is,
you?
yeah.
Yeah. So he's on the computer screens wanting to get everybody. Everybody's trying the best to be still, but they're being a bit rubbish at it.
It's not just main mission though. There are people in the corridors.
That's his wife. Oh, it's panicking now.
He does seem to be, doesn't he?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Big blue thing's coming to him, and... Oh, dear.
Is it a light? A planet? Oh. An impact? Is it impact?
Well, you describe what you see.
Oh, the screen's gone blurry and he's clutching his head. Screen's now not blurry. It's no longer bathed in blue light, but he is falling to the floor. Is he dead? Is he unconscious? Is he a red shirt?
So this is this episode is very much the sort of weird camera angles slowing down, plinky plonky electric music. It's very, like mysterious.
Right. Our main mission are all moving again and wondering what's happened to them. But I'm going to say if he's the colossal guest star that he's not dead. Before the opening credits.
Oh dear, look, it's gone upside down now.
Oh yeah, the camera's like rolling, he's upside down.
Premise of things to come.
Yeah.
So, this is a really good episode because it's a really straightforward episode. There's not many special effects. There's not any sort of sciencey technobabble. They don't talk to God or anything.
Okay.
It's a really good, proper story. This
Technobabble and God.
Yeah. How are we doing the montage then?
All right, but it's not giving anything away.
We saw a man that was burned and had weird eyes. No?
There's a lot of bikinis and sunglasses and things going on.
Yes, every MoonBase has a solarium. Do you not know that? Yeah, it's a really good episode. This for again straightforward storytelling, but it's yeah. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah. So the guest star is Ian McShane.
Never heard of him.
You have seen Ian McShane. We have seen Ian McShane.
In what?
Loads of things.
Such as?
Well, he was in Game of Thrones, but everybody's in Game of Thrones.
And nobody looks like themselves in Game of Thrones except Bronn, who does.
So he was most famous for playing Lovejoy. You know, the caddy antiques dude.
I do remember. I don't think we watched it, but
he,
I remember Lovejoy.
He not only was, but still is very, very sort of, he's in stuff now in America.
Right.
And he's an extremely popular actor. And he's a Manchester lad, so that's one for the man. He was born in Blackburn, but he was raised in Salford.
It's not too far from Manchester, is it?
Well, it's practically the same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's a Manc lad. So we've managed to get a Macam and a Manc,
Have we got a Macam in here?
What, in this?
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
Is there going to be?
So anyway, so he's called Anton Zorif, and he's regained consciousness, and Helena and everybody are down there asking if he's all right or not.
Is he called Anton in this?
Anton, yes.
In the show?
Yeah.
Not in real life?
He's called Ian McShane in real life.
You've already said that.
I have, yes. Yeah. So he's now in the doctor thing, and he's having his, doodahs taken.
He's got a big sticker with an S on it on his head.
It doesn't say S.
What is it? Oh, it looked like an S from a distance.
Oh, dear. Oh, but there's a problem.
Has he not got any readings?
He's broke the monitor thing.
But how?
Well, who knows? Plot development.
Oh.
Yes. So he's saying he's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He'd like to get back to playing with these nuclear rods.
Oh, his wife.
Oh, I think she was happy on the lion, wasn't she?
She was all right being asleep at 4:30.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So Helen is now really confused because she thinks there's something going on. Nope. Bob.
He's got a very 70s moustache.
Yeah. And he's got a bit the afro frizz going on as well.
He has,
so Bob's going to find out what happened to that monitor. Why it stopped working.
I see.
Oh. Got Victor now doing his sciencey thing.
Wilcox. Oh, Cypress.
So he's explaining that when the blue light thing happened, something weird happened inside MoonBase, but they don't know exactly what. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. I think it's a great idea. You know, if you've absorbed a blue light thingy jig and fell asleep, you
Yeah.
should. I don't think you should be playing with a nuclear power
I
plant.
think
Should you?
bed rest for a day or two.
Yeah. We've all seen Chernobyl. We all know what happens.
I would like bed rest for a day or two.
You'd just like that anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yes. So from this point on, the foxy women in '99 tend to be like his wife.
Right.
Tend to be posh English women with very dark hair.
I see.
There's quite a few that come on between now and the end of this, and they all look very, very similar.
She's very pretty.
So whoever was casting had a type. You know how Boris Johnson likes his blondes? Yeah, well, whoever was doing the casting liked their sort of...
The dark hair.
Posh, yeah.
I thought at first, when she came on screen, she looked like Shannon Doherty.
Oh, well, yeah. Only about 20 years too early. But,
well, yes, yeah.
So anyway, the plot here is that he's asked to have the heating turned up, and she wants to turn the heating down. So it's a bit like me and you, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is our relationship. Maybe
without any blue light.
Have you absorbed a blue light at any point in our sort of, you know?
I was actually cold this afternoon.
Oh God! Here we are. We're reliving this episode.
Yeah.
We sort of had a premonition.
Isn't that when I say to you I don't feel well, and you're like, oh, okay, and then I tell you that I'm freezing, and you're like, oh,
yeah. Let's go to
okay.
hospital now. Yeah.
There's something wrong with her.
So he's got the heating rammed up. So he's on his own. She's gone to work or whatever's, and he's now bored because obviously he's had 2 minutes and he's already bored.
I know it's literally been like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He's got pain in his head, one must think.
He's going a bit weirdy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's looking at the light.
Oh, the strange electronic plinky plonk music.
He's gone a bit spaced out looking at the light.
Is there anybody in there?
He's gone purple?
Oh dear, I can't believe you don't know who Ian McShane is.
I can't believe you know who everybody is.
I don't know. Okay.
Oh, he hasn't got his belt on.
Where's his belt gone? Oh, Foxy wife has now got dressed. That'll be disappointing for him, won't it?
And our hair's dry very quickly.
They must have like a super space hairdryer.
Yeah.
You know, it is the future and everything.
Super speedy space hairdryer.
Maybe she uses the same hairdresser as Helena does. So anyway, he's blown the bulb in the lamp.
By looking at it. So
we had an issue with the monitor, and he's now blown the bulb in the lamp. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. So Bergman's now looking at one of his charts, and it's a wiggly graph worm thing, and there's a big hole in it, which is coloured blue.
So he's obviously affecting the electronics somehow, isn't he?
I can't remember whether it's a power drain or too much power, but it's something like that.
So he either overloads them or he drains them.
Something like that. So that's what Victor's trying to work out here. Victor loves these pieces of giant black plastic with drawings on it, doesn't he?
He does. He seems to.
Do you think Victor does jigsaws?
I can imagine doing a jigsaw.
In his spare time. I'm sure there's a jigsaw in this, you know.
Do you think like a Christmas scene with a tree and some cats and it's snowing out the window?
But I'm sure there's a jigsaw in this. It's not in this episode, but I'm pretty sure in season 1 there's a jigsaw.
Is there a Christmas scene?
Well, we need to wait. So anyway, what's Ian McShane just done?
Walked in the nuclear room.
Yeah, and he's been told he's not allowed, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's looking at the charts.
He's talking to his very well-groomed young man of a friend, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He's immaculately groomed him. He'd fit him right in now, wouldn't he?
Hey, yeah.
With his sharp grooming.
He would fit in with the mods. You know, who like try to be the Beatles.
I was actually thinking like 2024, but you know.
No, there's a mod movement. There's a modern mod movement.
Mod stands for modern. Anyway, well-groomed young man has told him to get stuffed, and he's still looking at stuff.
And there's a lot of steampunky type of stopwatch things on the top of his.
There is, isn't there?
His clipboard.
Yeah, that's apparently how you control a nuclear reactor, by antique stopwatches.
I see. Not by squinting at it and holding your head like he is.
Oh, he's having another dicky fit. Uh-oh. Dickie Anton.
He's massaging his temples.
Oh dear.
His elbow fell off the table.
Nothing worse, is there? There's some storage boxes are back. Love them storage boxes.
Oh yes, I see them.
They'd be handy in our loft, wouldn't they?
They remind me of the little droids in Star Wars.
Mm.
You know, the little Hoover droids that go around the place.
Uh-huh. So he's asking for help, but the other dude's in the other room. So, he's just twigged now, hasn't he?
He's noticed, yeah.
He says, "Would you like to borrow my shaving products?"
Does he shave?
They shave all hair, and I mean all hair.
I suppose he has to shave that hair into that shape, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, but no, his beard.
Mm-hmm.
That's styled. That you don't have a beard like that unless you really work hard.
Is that like a BG style beard?
It's just like, it's just the ultimate man beard, isn't it?
Why does this show remind me of the BG so much? Is coffee gonna help?
So he's asked for a cup of coffee because he's freezing. Yeah.
Is that what's wrong with him? He's cold.
And then what's happened to the coffee?
Is it frozen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's frozen.
Oh dear, how did they do that? I bet he'd be good at like kids' parties, wouldn't he?
I know.
Uh-oh. So we have a problem. So well-groomed man has tried to sort him out, and
he's gone fuzzy and purple again. Oh my god! Oh my god! The well-groomed man is an ice man. He's frozen? He's fell over. It's like hot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So have you worked it out? What's happening with him then? You must have worked it out now.
Well, he's become like an iceman.
No, Ian McShane.
Yeah, he's.
But how's he become an iceman? And the coffee and the light bulbs.
Because his core temperature must be so low that he's freezing everything. The planet is an ice planet, and it's made him really.
Right. Well, you're wrong. So we'll watch a bit more. Yeah? We'll watch a bit more.
I'm wrong.
Yeah. Oh, Helena turned around, full body. Oh, Dominic's.
And I noticed.
Dominic's.
Why did we both notice that?
Well-groomed man, Dominic's. End of Act 1, by the way. His wristwatch told Helena that he was dead.
Why does he have to be dead?
There's a bit of a body count in this episode, by the way.
So he was a red shirt.
Well, he was a very nice red shirt.
He did have a lovely a set of facial hair.
I didn't want him to be dead because he was lovely. I can't believe that he's Helena to say how he died. Oh my god!
When he literally looks like an icicle.
Whereas if you shoved a pole up his arse, he could be an ice lolly. Why do they need her?
But she needs to have a role.
Helena's earned a locum fee this episode, hasn't she? I think the cause of death was being an ice pop. Is that your true medical opinion?
Yes.
Oh, so Victor's on the prowl now. So John's going to get all serious because he's realising that he can't have like tomfoolery in the nuclear bit, can he? Because
no, because then it really would be kaput, wouldn't it?
Because episode 1 was a big nuclear explosion, so why don't we have another one?
What's her name?
Oh, I can't remember.
Let's call her Bob.
Well, her real name's Gay, so you can call her Gay if you want.
Oh, I like Bob.
Do you? Uh-huh.
No, don't touch her. Don't kill your wife.
Oh, does he care?
I hope so.
Well, he seems to be sort of phasing between, sometimes he is a bit weird and sometimes he's absolutely fine. So he's obviously like flipping between.
Well, isn't that just normal human behaviour?
I was just saying that's what's happening to him. He's going. Sometimes it's the alien and sometimes it's him. See, I told you they were posh. How do you know? How do you know that you turned somebody into an ice pop?
Because I was there when I did it.
Do you understand what that means? No supper for you tonight.
Shut up.
So she's called Eva.
Eva.
Did
you just Google that?
I just looked it up, yeah. I mean, we can't spend the entire episode calling her wife. Wifey. Oh, tell me what's wrong, darling. Yeah. You can take the lad out of Manchester, can't you?
You can't take Manchester out at lad.
You put his cuckoo on in a bit and start, singing indie pop and, whatever.
I wanted to go to Lancashire soon.
Lancashire. Why Lancashire?
To Pendle Hill.
Okay, that's good. I like how they got matching belts. I quite like that. Yeah.
You're going to tell me Manchester's not in Lancashire, aren't you?
No, it is, and it isn't. It's another complicated question.
I see.
Yes. Oh, so posh wife, he's desperate to find out what's going on, but he doesn't know either, because obviously he doesn't know he's doing all these weird things.
Well, he hasn't got a clue, has he? Why would... I mean...
So, of course, he's doing the sensible thing of not staying in his room. He's now going to go on the wander, isn't he?
But he wants to be away from his wife.
Mm-hmm. Well, but that's what he's taking off his leader, isn't he? Because John just does that, doesn't he?
When he does
just
whatever.
dicks off, doesn't he, when he can't be bothered? No. So Victor's gone back in with a big piece of plastic, hasn't he?
With the big blue blob on the white.
So I think what they're trying to say is that there's a weird thing happens, and it happened when the blue light came and when well-groomed man died.
There was an anomaly.
Excuse me?
An
anomaly. Oh, you need to tell Victor that word. Victor's very good with his anomalies.
Anomaly.
But he occasionally needs to get cream for it.
Oh. Gets that back.
Man of his age. So Anton's on the prowl again. Oh, no.
A lot of them have belts that are just not quite big enough. They have a little bit of a muffin top, some of them, don't they?
Yeah.
Says me, who's obviously perfect.
So here's another one who looks exactly the same as his wife.
Yeah, she looks similar.
Yeah. She's in a few episodes here. Yeah. But you see what I mean now?
Yeah.
They just went, well, we did blondes with Regina or whatever's. But now we're just going to stick with the posh brunettes.
And I think Helena's like the ultimate blonde, isn't she? She has to stay set aside from everybody else because she's the main woman in it.
Maybe that's why, because maybe they said, I can't be doing any more blondes on set. Everybody has to be complete. I'm the only one who's a platinum blonde.
That's exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. So Anton is stalking new foxy brunette.
But he's just had some sort of setback. I mean, she must realise at this point, run away.
You said that a few episodes ago, didn't you? Do you have to be told to get the fuck out of there?
Yeah. What is wrong with these women?
Oh, he's going all purple-faced again and out of focus.
And blurry, yeah.
I wonder how you make yourself go out of focus. Oh, and she's gone slow motion, hasn't she?
She's doing like a Pantene advert there, isn't she?
Yeah. Showing off how good the hairdresser is.
Yeah.
No, now she's running away both quickly and in slow motion.
She's running away quickly, but he'll remain the same distance behind her the whole time.
That's a very 70s thing, that, isn't it, though? The slow motion run.
Yeah.
And the strange special effects. That's a good 70s.
And the door's going to shut on her.
That's a good 70s trope. There we are, that
Trope.
word again. Trope.
Trope.
Yeah.
What was the word you used the other day about driving?
I don't know.
It was a word I'd never heard before that day.
Oh, maybe I made it up. So
no,
she's still.
You used it again later in the day.
She's still running very slowly and demonstrating that she hasn't got a bra on.
And she's right beside the 70s IKEA chair.
Oh God, there's a payphone there.
Just press open on the door, you stupid wench.
So so that's Hillary gone.
Hillary Preston.
So that's the posh woman gone. I'm sure she was in more episodes.
I was going to say, you told me she was
sure
in a few.
Well, this is what I mean, because they all look the same.
She looks frozen.
Because they all look the same. Maybe she was. Oh, dearie me. So, she's dead. Oh, no. She was in Breakaway. So, there we go. So, that's twice I've had to use my phone to find answers to questions. And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. So, she has been in episodes, but now that's it now. So, he's now gone on the run, hasn't he? Because he's now frozen two of them.
But isn't it like a moon base on a moon that's floated away from everywhere?
Yeah.
So how far can he really run?
Big moon base. Somebody told me the other day that it's like 2.5 kilometres wide or something like that.
What do you mean somebody told you the other day?
Well, when I was researching this, when I was on Facebook.
Like in general conversation.
Yeah, I was at work. I was at work discussing MoonBase Alpha. And handily, 15 of my colleagues all know as much about it as I do, you know. No. It came up in conversation on Facebook.
I see.
Picking on me again. Oh, we're back to original posh. Oh dear.
Whiffy.
Posh wife has seen the frozen woman, and she's like, "That's me. That's me in the mirror. How do you do your hair so wonderfully?" So she's obviously shitting a brick because she knows it's Anton.
But why did he deliberately go after that woman?
Yeah. Do you know what the plot is now?
No.
Or do I need to tell you?
Yes.
So he needs energy. So he's extracting energy from things, which is why he's popping bulbs and breaking monitors and freezing.
Warm.
No, he just needs the energy. Full stop. So he needs to extract energy from things.
Right.
Which is why he's first of all started extracting energy from electronics, but now he's just taking the heat out of people's body.
I see.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the story. So wifey's been a bit hysterical, but now she's okay about it. Helena's got 2 skeletons on her desk. Why 2?
Why not? I mean, why have one when you can have 2?
Exactly. And the pill bottle that got knocked over in the last episode's back again. Or was it the episode before, wasn't it? Missing Link. Not Missing Link. Matter of Life and Death. But again, in conversation on Facebook, we said that's Bergman's Viagra stash.
Yeah. So Helena's comforting the wife, whose name I already can't remember.
Eva. And then Helena's telling John that, you know, that we know what's the problem is now, and it's Anton going around freezing people.
Eva's a pretty name.
It's a beautiful name, that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
if I had a dog, I'd call it Eva.
So Computer Carnu's just taken another deli counter ticket out of his machine. And yeah, he's number 273. 5 slices of bear-shaped ham, please.
273 to be frozen.
But did you never get your ticket? And all you were getting was like that bear-shaped ham for your sandwiches for school.
Look, you've told this joke before. This is the important scene. I am going to say as little as possible in this scene now, because he's discovered the solarium. So if he needs energy,
there's the place to go.
Yes. Why on earth is there a solarium on a moon base? Anyway, over to you.
So he's making his way towards the solarium. There's a fake plant, which I presume they want us to believe is real. Oh, he's not going to kill the plant, is he? Don't take energy off the plant. Oh my gosh, there's a woman in...
Not much.
She's in a shiny blue and white bikini with white sunglasses on. And there's another woman in an identical bikini who's platinum blonde. There's a very chiseled black man. He looks fine in his white pants.
Tiny white pants.
He looks awfully fine.
He's wearing even less than the women, isn't he?
I know he is, yeah. Oh, and this woman has her leg up and you can see...
You can see her birthmarks. Good old HD.
You can see everything.
The power of high definition.
Oh no, is he going to kill her? She's wearing the same white sunglasses and he's standing over her menacingly. He looks really hungry for the energy. And he's looking at the light above her.
You can tell he's been possessed because he stopped looking at her, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's lying down under one of the solarium lamps.
So he's getting his feed of energy, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, he's gone all purpley glowy now, hasn't he?
Oh, can you remember those ice lollies, Solaros?
Yes. So that's caused a bit of a problem. Right. So anyway,
Sandra.
So it's yes. So it's sparked off another alert because he's extracting energy again, isn't he?
So they're in main mission, and Sandra's noticed that there's a blip.
Mm-hmm. So
she's set up because her solarium lights are going off, and she's saying, "Well, where am I going to get me tan from?"
And there's Tanya.
Audrey.
Tanya.
Audrey.
And he looks like John Hurt in Alien now, doesn't he?
He looks awfully sick.
It's the way that his chest was going up and down.
Yeah,
You know?
the women are running for it.
Can you imagine saying that?
Oh, he's turned his head ever so slowly to look at the fake plant.
Can you imagine that, though? There's a solarium emergency.
He's looking at the women who are wearing identical tiny bikinis.
Oh, you know.
He is John and...
So John's just shot the controls because he's realised that if he shoots him, he'll just absorb the energy because that's what he wants. So he's shot the controls with Solarium, which obviously turns off the heat.
Which means he has no energy and he's collapsed onto the floor.
Yes. So, what were your thoughts on there being a Solarium in Space 1999? And what was your other thought about the fact that there was no bifters in there?
But firstly,
Yes.
Please define the word bifter.
Well, one of them was Miss World. I'll let you know. Okay? And it wasn't the man.
So there were no fatties.
No.
Right, so yes, there were both very slender, beautiful women in there. In identical blue, beautiful bikinis.
And Tanya.
And yes, Tanya was there, but she was beautiful.
Yes,
I think you need to have a solarium on a moon base. I mean, where else are you going to get your fix of vitamin D? It's all about the vitamin D.
Oh, dear. So, I think in either episode 1 or 2, you said there were no women on this. Now we've had identikit posh women. We've had Miss World in the Solarium.
Yeah.
And Tanya.
And it's about lying very peacefully in the heat. Can you remember when we went to that spa and you were furious with me for making you go to the jacuzzi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were enjoying the heat.
Now I know what I should have done.
Yeah.
I should have absorbed all your energy and turned you into an ice pop.
Yeah, you should have.
So Anton has been taken into sort of, I think we're still part of the medical thing, but it's a bigger room than normal, this, isn't it?
Helena's facial expression, speaking of medical, hasn't changed throughout the whole episode.
So Ian's been strapped to a chair, to a gurney. We like that word, don't we? To a gurney.
A gurney, absolutely.
And he's been wheeled off somewhere, and they've put the flimsiest pieces of metal around him to stop him from escaping.
Thinking, what are they going to achieve?
A budgerigar could get out of that.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what they're doing now? They've strapped some sort of light to him, to his chest, and they're shining it in his face.
Can they not? I mean, I don't know.
So it's like a medical room, but it's also like maximum security as well.
What is he? What has he become?
Well, you have to watch. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
All right.
But yes, so he's in this maximum security medical room. Bergman's got another one of his scans.
And Helena just pressed 3 yellow buttons.
Yeah, I don't think there's any relevance.
I think there's relevance.
Okay, but at least there was numbers and letters at the top of them.
Yes.
Not like that bloody ring around the moon where they didn't have any.
Honestly, the computer buttons have got nothing on them. How do they know what they're pressing?
So Bergman's trying to work out through that really weird scan what's going on.
Do you know what I think they could do with?
What?
They're also very serious, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they could do with like an adult soft play where they can just go like just dive into a big ball pit or something.
No, that's season 2.
Oh, that's okay. That's season 2.
Why didn't they just stick him in a hot tub? Then he can have as much heat and energy as he wants.
I miss our hot tub.
Yeah, they could give him hot chocolate. They could turn cold. Look, there's the skeleton's back. Do you think she plays with them like action figures?
Like Barbie and Ken.
Oh, John. Oh, she's got hold of one of them. Oh, John, please. And then she's got the other one. Yes, Helena. John, please take me now. Take me. Take me up the MoonBase Alpha.
Oh, my gosh. You're just the worst. You are the worst.
You think by now she'd know what a skeleton looks like, wouldn't you? And they're tiny as well. They are literally like action figures, aren't they?
Maybe they are like a Barbie and Ken type deal.
Mm-hmm. So Anton's light's gone out, which I think is their trigger to say that he's in his sort of space energy, freezing, warping type mood. Yeah?
Well, he's certainly looking at his restraints.
Yeah, and he'll just go, well, I'll tell you what, if I just fart, it'll come off.
Is he going to Hulk out of them?
Yes. Hulk smash.
There we go.
And Helena's too busy looking at slides. Or, I don't know, communion wafers or something. I can't even tell what they were.
So they did not hold him at all.
They were pathetic, weren't they?
Yeah. I could break out of them.
Actually, I think we get that room again towards the end of this season.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, it seems to ring a bell, this. Oh God, what's he doing now? Walking on the ceiling.
I'm a dancing on the ceiling.
Going full Lionel here.
What a
So Helena's still looking at her holiday snaps or whatever this is meant to be.
Where would you go on holiday if you were in this?
That's why it was funny. Okay.
Where would you go?
Right, folks, now I'm explaining me jokes. Clearly having a bit of a problem. So he's literally smashed the door down, hasn't he?
He really has. The door is on the floor. He's blurry and purple again.
I quite like how that's the cue for him being weird.
Blurry and purple.
Blurry. That's what I mean. It's quite low tech, this episode.
Yeah.
It's quite lo-fi.
But it sends its message perfectly well.
So he's stalking Helena now. Helena's thinking, oh, if only you were John. If only you want to take all of my... If only you want to take all the energy out of my body.
I'm not sure.
Drain me.
Yeah, I think she has a different idea of drain me for John.
But Anton's going a bit wibbly wobbly again, isn't he?
Do you think he has any of his own senses?
Oh yeah, because he keeps going between the two, doesn't he?
No, but I mean when he's in this state.
Well, like Hulk does, doesn't he? Hulk still knows certain things, doesn't he?
He knows Hulk smash, and he'll go and smash, doesn't he?
So Helena's now somehow managed to run around the room.
But you know how Sandra's getting the emergency message.
Yeah. Because of all the energy drain, her comlock thing's not working.
But you know how...
She's now trying to bash the door down with a comlock. What colour shirt's he? What colour sleeves he?
Security!
Yay! Purple!
He's purple! Oh no!
Oh. Is this number 3?
Oh yeah.
Number 3.
Victim number 3.
Oh, you can't do that. He wasn't as well groomed though, was he? He was a bit more hairy.
He wasn't.
Was a bit more bushy.
But it's a lovely colour, purple.
Oh. And next episode, there'll still be 300 people on MoonBase Alpha.
Right?
Not 297 or whatever it is.
Have you noticed all of the people who have been frozen, apart from the girl,
I've had a beard.
have had a beard because they can show the ice on the hair.
I
think it's a good way for them to show the ice.
Seeing as this was the future, why didn't the woman have a beard? Just to show like equality and,
That's bullshit.
Or is it okay? Well, the casting director had a thing anyway, didn't
Why do none of the men have long hair or boobs?
Well, maybe they do. Okay, so Eva, wife, she's just got the news that he's on the run and shit's hit the fan.
She's obviously run off to find him.
Yeah. Okay, so Paul's moustache is being asked if they can turn the power off because if there's no power, he can't function.
Not Paul's moustache.
Yeah. You can't look at the Paul. You've got to look at his moustache.
He has very excellent hair, really.
You have to reference the moustache.
Paul with the moustache.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Oh, so the computer or whatever is telling him that it's not a computer, is it? It's a human. Because the computer would say, I haven't got a clue what's going on. Whereas that human knew exactly what was going on, wasn't it?
It's computer Kanu.
No. Whoever did that. Oh, Bergman's got a map of the moon base here.
I know.
And it's on a clear board. He's got a clear board map of the moon base.
Oh, they've got visual on him.
Oh. Eyes onto it. So as Anton's walking through MoonBase Alpha, it's all going dark behind him to show that he's draining the energy from it.
Yeah, that's right.
Wonder where he's off to. Wonder where MoonBase Alpha has the most energy of anywhere. Have a think.
Might it be the radiation of the nuclear room?
There you go.
What a feeling.
So I think what they're trying to do is sort of trace. It's a bit like that scene in Alien, where he's in the ducks and he's got his flamethrower. I think they're trying to do that really.
Yeah.
With the map.
You know what I find difficult about a podcast?
What?
I've realised that a lot of my responses are
physical.
Yeah. Nodding or hand movements.
So we need audio description. Katie is now putting her hand on her forehead.
Yeah, so it's finding a way to realise, right, nodding, nobody can see.
So-
Verbally express that.
So Eva has just gone past a door saying nuclear generating area.
So she's in the right space.
You think it'd have a posher name than that, wouldn't you?
I don't know, like what?
It's a bit obvious, isn't it?
How not obvious do you want it to be?
So Anton's coming back. So her with the red sleeve is a Tanya. You see a bit of her.
I totally say that's orange.
All right.
We see that particular scene every episode.
So Katie's describing when the travel tubes are going through the different bits,
Yeah.
the purple tubes. Yes.
I'm sure it's exactly the same scene every episode.
Oh yeah, of course
that.
it is. Well, you know, most sci-fi does stuff like that, doesn't it? So anyway, so that red rust-sleeved woman, she's called Kate. So I thought I'd just point that out.
Ah.
And she pops in now and again. She's like Tanya, but less.
That's a good name.
So they're in the medical thing, and Anton's sucked out all the energy, and it's killing a patient because he was getting treatment. They're dropping like flies, aren't they? Next episode, MoonBase Alpha, the 52 survivors.
Yeah, well, they'd start the chest compressions, hadn't they?
So they're turning off all the lights now, turning off all the power, turning off all the energy to try and force him to stop being like a murderous icicle machine.
But why is he a murderous icicle machine? I know it's because he obviously absorbed this blue light.
Ah, well, it's good that you're asking that question. It's very good.
Is it?
Yes, very good that you're asking that question. Not why is Lovejoy being a walking Mr. Frosty machine?
I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any two-parters?
Yes.
There are.
One in season 2. Yes.
Right.
And it's a really good one.
Mm.
You'll enjoy that one. So Anton's now staggering around because he hasn't got any energy and he can't get his fix, you know. And but Eva's been told to go away, and she says, "No, I'm going to run in the same direction I was running in." So obviously she's going to be in trouble, isn't she?
Yeah.
There she is.
So everyone's just running. Why? What is that cabinet in the middle of the floor? What is that?
You know when you go to the restaurant and you get your tray of food?
Yeah.
And you're going to put it back at the end?
Yeah.
Looks just like that, doesn't
does,
it? Yeah. Maybe he's had his IKEA meatballs. He's forgot to take his tray back.
Well, there's a lot of IKEA going on.
Yeah,
So, should we go for IKEA meatballs one day?
Yes, we should. But in the meantime, Eva and Anton. Eva's pleading with Anton.
She is. Do you think he knows that as his wife?
Is the IKEA tray thing going to go? Oh, you have to come away.
Do you think?
Let's take a break and go somewhere else.
Let's go chill at the solarium.
Let's go skiing on the Alps. I have a summer house there.
Do you think right now he recognises her as his wife?
You. That's a question for you, isn't it? But yes, I think he does. Yeah, because he's telling her to go away. Now, if he was lecherous Mr. Frosty, he would just be.
He wouldn't care.
He would be absorbing it. Oh, but he's just gone. He's just gone now. He's just done.
And all he sees now is energy. He doesn't see his wife anymore. Run, Eva. Run.
He's walking so slow. It's got gems on it. That tray.
Oh,
Alan saved the day. Good on Alan.
Woo, woo.
And we know Alan's not going to turn into a Mr. Frosty because Alan's Alan, isn't he?
Is he in all the way through season 2 as well?
48 episodes is Alan. Yes. Oh dear. So Eva's gone back to being hysterical and sobbing and stuff like that. To be honest, you could see a point because, like, you know, if I turned into Mr. Frosty, you'd be a bit upset about it.
I'd be very upset, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I might, like, drop kick you, but I'd be very upset.
Yes. So Bob is trying and failing to resuscitate the man in medical. Yep. There you go. How many patients do you have? Again, 300 in MoonBase.
I thought there was only one.
Mm-hmm.
So do I have permission to whack you with a massive bat if you try and kill me?
If I try to turn you into an ice pop, yes, you can hit me as hard as you like. Okay, you have permission.
Thank you.
So all the boys are chasing after Anton, so
Yeah.
John and Victor. You know, Victor wants to be careful because he's got an artificial heart, remember?
Oh, imagine if that gets frozen.
Mm-hmm.
But then, is that any worse than a normal heart being frozen?
I don't know. So Anton's now about to go into the nuclear generating area.
Oh, dear.
3.
Area 3.
3.
So there's
Yes.
still 2.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess you need backups, don't you? You probably need more than one, especially as, like, you know, nuclear was still seen as the sort of solution to everything in the 70s.
As
there was,
opposed to
like,
the problem.
So in 73, there was a big crisis with the oil prices and stuff like that. So they were championing nuclear again as the silver bullet. Obviously, we know differently now, but yeah. So Victor's having trouble. He's had to look at his wristwatch. He's having that much trouble.
Because of his heart.
I don't know. I think it's just because he's old. I mean, they're doing a lot of running around, aren't they? No, so they've all caught up with Anton now, who's desperately trying to get into the radiation room.
How old do you think Victor is?
Oh, I'd say like 50, 52. I wonder if Catacombs tells us how old he is.
I'm not allowed on Catacombs.
Nah, you're not. Oh, here comes Anton.
Oh dear. Oh, but isn't shooting him like that the best thing?
Uh-oh, what's happened to him?
Oh no. He's burned alive.
It's turned him into I don't know.
Oh my word.
You know when you barbecue stuff and it goes really wrong?
Yeah.
You know, like when you do a sausage.
I'm very familiar with barbecuing
Oh,
things.
cheeky!
I don't mean you, I mean me.
Oh, I don't mean that. It looks like Anakin. Anakin in Revenge of the Sith. I hate you!
Does look like Anakin.
Yes, that's it. But he has glowy eyes, this one.
They're very freaky eyes.
So Burnt Sausage Anton has glowing eyes.
Who?
Burnt Sausage Anton.
Burnt Sausage Anton.
Yes, and he still wants to go. Oh, he's managed to get into the nuclear reactor
very
thing.
easily.
Mm-hmm.
Are they all really hot?
I think they might have turned the oxygen off to save power or something.
I see.
Know. So all the lights are back on now.
So he's just like this charcoal human.
It's very Hammer horror, this, isn't it?
Yeah. He's got no hair. He's completely blackened.
He is Anakin, isn't he?
It is just like Anakin, yeah.
And he's playing with knobs and the nuclear power thing.
It doesn't look good.
No. Looks very bad. He knows what he's doing, though.
He seems to.
Yeah. He's not just randomly pressing buttons. He's pulling out rods and all sorts of things. Do you think it's Ian McShane, or do you think this is this like somebody that they paid £5 an hour?
I think it's somebody that paid £5 an hour.
Because look what's coming off him.
Smoke?
Mm-hmm. He's smoking.
I don't think that's Ian McShane.
Well, he's not smoking as in having a fag. He's literally smoking.
He's literally smoke coming off his skin.
And he's opened the 5-foot metal door to the nuclear reactor. So he's now going to go into the nuclear reactor itself.
Oh, no.
So there's plenty of energy in there, isn't there?
No.
It registers 3.6.
Don't go in there, you silly person.
Oh.
Oh, the whole MoonBase is getting a glow about it.
Mm-hmm. He's going to recommend it to those skinny girls and say, look, this is how you get a suntan. Never mind these posh light bulbs. Step into a nuclear reactor for a few seconds. That'll give you a nice glow, won't it?
So something's happened. He's made part of the MoonBase sort of explode. Everybody's falling around everywhere. Purple sleeves, orange sleeves.
Somebody's jumped through a window again. They love a window, don't they?
There's a pair of ladders collapsed.
Apparently some of these scenes are from the first episode.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they just reused them. Because one person falling over, it doesn't really matter, does it? So yes, the crust split then. Radiation shields, they look very handy, don't they? So, yes, so he's basically blew up the nuclear reactor. And him in it.
Do you think there's the blue, should we call it an orb?
Oh, I like that word.
A blue orb.
Yeah.
It's floating away from the MoonBase now. Does it know that it can't get any more energy?
Well, I'm not going
It's
to. I
floating
have my
away from the
theories.
moon base and the moon. It's gone.
I wonder if that dude still is dead. The guy in like medical who was getting like CPR.
I
Wonder if
hope
he's
he's
dead.
alive.
If not, there'll be a spare pair of pajamas for you.
For me.
Yeah, but you want the pajamas, don't
They
you?
look very comfy, but I maintain the science experiment at school with the really static hairdo.
So everything's fine, even though a nuclear reactor's just gone pop. Everything's fine.
This looks like R2D2.
Katie is now pointing at the screen at a dome shape. Audio description. So despite the fact a nuclear reactor's just blown up, everybody's fine. Everything's happy. There's no problems.
There's a little bit of sweat on Wilcox.
Bergman. Oh, he's got a very sweaty lip, hasn't he? Top lip
And
is sweaty.
John's quite sweaty as well.
Oh, well. Is that because they turned the heating back on?
Maybe.
No. So there you go. So Bergman's explained the plot now. Yeah. So what's happened is that an alien entity has took control of Anton, and it's a bit like the butterfly and the caterpillar type thing.
Right.
So that little light thing needed energy, and it used Anton to get loads and loads of energy to go on its next stage of evolution.
I see.
So it's off now.
To turn into its next phase.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So that's what they were doing. Oh, Eva's back. Widow.
Aww.
Helen's not the person I would go for emotional support.
She's very she's very dry.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, Helen's trying to rationalise it. How do you rationalise? This blue thing came into my husband's brain. He managed to have a superpower freezing loads of people. He perved on some women in a solarium. He turned into Anakin from Star Wars 3, and now he's back to being a blue orb again. I mean, how on earth do you rationalise that?
I don't think you can.
Grief counselling doesn't come close to it, does it really?
No, but she's tenderly touched her chin.
Has she?
Yeah.
Is that to make sure that she's not like an ice pop or something?
Maybe.
Oh dear. Now Eva's looking out into space, pondering. Oh, and then the blue...
She's watching the blue light fade away.
It's turned into like a comet now, hasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the music.
Yeah, it's tremendous, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as I say, the music for this one was all library music, like blinky blonky stuff, special effects. Let's see who does the makeup. Who did the Rice Krispie burnt sausage makeup?
Cotton.
Basil. I'm going for Basil.
Cotton.
And it was Basil!
Oh, no.
Basil! Basil wins.
It was Anne Cotton, isn't it?
Yes, it was. So yes, what do you think of that then?
I actually really enjoyed that one. It was good.
It's a good episode, that.
It was easy to follow. There was no...
Easy to follow? You didn't even know...
Honestly, there was so much less tomfoolery than in some of the others.
You say it's easier to follow. So what's he doing? Why is he freezing people? What's he doing? I don't get it. Why is it... Is he cold?
Yeah.
You know? Oh, God.
Honestly, though, compared to some of the others...
It was easier to follow.
It was an Iceman killing people.
He wasn't an Iceman. He was the opposite. He was full of energy, and he wanted more and more and more
energy.
energy.
He made people ice while he got their energy.
Yeah. So this appears in quite a few sci-fi programs. This idea of somebody extracting energy and using biological energy, and it happens in a couple more of these episodes where they use like our radiation, our what's inside of us, for aliens to sort of pimp off us or whatever the word is. I know it's lovely, isn't it? But the fact as well that it wasn't a clear-cut ending, there's several interpretations about it, Also, and the same happened in the Christopher Lee episode, was that it's not 1950s and all the aliens are bad and they're out to kill you and they're going to sort of, they just want to take over the planet and stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, the aliens are, in the case of the Earthbound episode, they were really nice. And in the case of that episode, basically that alien came, took its energy and went off again.
That episode was very much just basic biological need, wasn't it?
So if you think about it from like our point of view, it's like we go and we take loads of plants and we eat them,
yeah.
and we never once consider the plants. We just eat them.
Oh
And it's
no,
the
I
same,
feel bad
yeah,
for the plants.
but it's the same sort of idea with this, isn't it? Is that boo light came, fed off us, and then dicked off again? Yeah.
But you know, like how we're vegetarian.
Oh, because we never
Like-
talk about it, do we?
Like what about the plants? We're killing the plants.
Well, that's the point of the episode, isn't it? Is that not every alien's like nasty and horrible and wants to lock us up forever and convert us to whatever. It's actually, they're exploring the universe, and not every creature works the same way as what we do.
So was that needed its energy to go from, for example, a chrysalis, if that's the right pronunciation,
Yeah.
to a butterfly?
Yeah, exactly that, and I think that's the sort of general premise of it as well. So there's a really funny anecdote actually about this. So Martin Landau was doing the rounds on the chat shows to promote this, and he sat next to Buster Crabbe. Now, Buster Crabbe was the original Flash Gordon and the original Superman back in the 1930s.
Buster Crabbe.
Buster Crabbe.
Crabbe is in pins.
2 B's and 1 E. There you go. So, why would you work that out? And he actually turned around to him on this chat show and said, "I've got no idea what that was about. Can you explain it to me, please?" Because at least he was like, a man who could fly or whatever. It was a pretty obvious what he could do when he was Superman.
I didn't know there was a Superman before Christopher
Reeve.
Yeah.
Well, it's where George Lucas got half of his ideas, was the 1930s stuff.
Right.
But that's another story. And he said, "I don't know what's going on." But I think that shows an evolution, doesn't it? That actually, really obvious signposted stuff works on some levels, but it's sci-fi to try and sort of, it's intellectual. It makes you think about stuff.
I like things that make you think a little bit more.
Yeah, so I'm pleased you like that episode. I mean, I've said this a few times, and I think that the more straightforward stuff works better in season 1, even though season 1 is a bit loopy.
So is season 2 a little bit more complex?
Oh, how do I describe season 2? I'm wondering if we're going to have like an interstitial pod between 1 and 2. So I can sort of set everything up for you, because there's going to be a hell of a lot of explaining.
So it's very different.
Yes, yeah. 2 is very different.
I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. It's it's not a spoiler, but the sort of consensus of opinion is that season 1's better than season 2.
All right, okay.
But that isn't to say that you won't enjoy it. But it is. There's quite a bit of snobbery in the sort of fan circles about season 2.
So how many of the same characters do we see?
Oh, I'm not going to. No. We're not going to go into details now. We're already at like I don't know, 70 minutes.
I thought I was going to get something from you there.
No, you have to go on catacombs.
I'm not allowed on catacombs.
Yeah, I've blocked it on the router. So that was so it was a good episode, but you could definitely see the 70s styling and the 70s chauvinism and sexism and stuff as well, with the sort of the Solarium scene. And it's not the last time you get stuff like this, unfortunately. So, but that's part of fun. So anyway, question.
I'm listening.
So at the end of every episode, I ask you a question, don't I?
Yes.
And it's not, would you like another glass of wine? It is actually about the show. So this one is, if you could take one piece of kit from MoonBase Alpha and bring it into your life, what would it be?
One piece of kit.
A piece of tech, a piece of like Carnu swivelly chair, I don't know. Anything that you think that would really make my life better.
Your life or my life?
No, your life.
I would probably take...
And don't say Helena's death button. Which episode was that? I can't remember now.
God, I don't know.
Oh, it was Missing Link. Yeah, so if you don't know what we're talking about, listen to Missing Link.
I would take, I think, one of the Solarium beds.
You see, basically, what something we've already got.
I want something. We could put it somewhere in the house, so don't ask us where. And somewhere where we could lie for 20 minutes, half an hour, every day, and just completely relax and unwind. Or the comm thing that's like a gun and a comm thing and opens the doors I think that's quite cool.
I think having a device that opens doors for you, I think that's definitely got a lot going for it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think having something you point at the door and then choose whether you let the person in or not.
Yeah, I think that's the Solarium thing sounds good, but for a device that I would keep,
Mm-hmm.
I think the proper answer for that is probably the com thing.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want my answer?
Yes, I do.
I want Helena's baby bottle stroke antenna thing from Matter of Life and Death.
Tell me more.
I've got no idea why. It just looks so cool. I'd love to go around everywhere sampling water and sending it off to somewhere. So if you went past the stream or saw a puddle or something, I'd go, oh look, big antenna comes up and you could have that tested. So I definitely want one of them.
I see.
Oh, cool. So the next one is a weird one.
Ooh.
The next one is Alpha Child.
Okay.
And this is another Colossal guest star episode, but you'll know who it is. I'm okay with this one.
I do love a Colossal guest star.
Colossal guest star episode, but it's a very weird one, this one. So, I look forward to that. So, so thank you very much for listening.
Yes, thank you ever so much, people.
And we'll catch you next time for the Alpha Child.
Catch you later.